Welcome, and welcome back to all that the wind has brought here, to another episode of Roots of Pacha. It is the 27th of spring. We're back up to 1,708 contribution points. Guys, we got a new hammer to get. We also put some compost on to dry. Takes about 8 hours, which is most of the day. But we're going to see what use we actually have for that compost and what that's going to do for us before we decide just how many of those composters we're going to need. But of course, as we do every day, we got to start by petting Shadow. And we'll go and we'll take care of the rest of our animals after we have a quick look at our journal. I did forget, that is true. But Nock has finished working on a way to ferment foods. So we want to go talk to him as well today. And it appears that we have our first egg. Thanks to lovely little Sage over here, who is actually starting to like us quite a bit. Okay. Our buffalo are almost ready. I did it again, didn't I? Our bison, their bison, are almost ready to be sheared. Our boars are not ready to collect from. And neither is our ibex, but that's alright. I should put another gate on the north side of our fence there. Okay, our compost is also done. We have quite a bit of wood, which we are going to grab some of that out, some of our obsidian, fiber, and stone. We are going to go ahead and sell these floors for right now, just because this chest is getting really full. And then we have our compost, and we actually got 8 compost, which is fantastic. Combined with your plant knowledge, this mix increases the chance of getting higher quality crops. So it does seem like we are going to need 1 for each field. But we do get 8 at once, so that is lovely. Oop. Alright. We're going to switch to shears because I don't think they're going to be able to hurt anything. And I think we're also going to need another chest, guys. We're going to need another chest. But look how many crops we've got. This is amazing. I do want to hold on to some of these crops before we really start to do anything. Okay. So. Sure, we'll place these down for right now because it doesn't seem to want to let me drop them. We are going to need to make one of these chests. Reserved. Okay. Best quality carrots, which by themselves sell for 45. That's pretty great. And that's just from our straight up carrot knowledge. I do want to grab all of the harvest out of here. Just the domestic harvestables. And try to keep wild materials and things in here. So for right now, just to make this more efficient, we are going to go ahead and dump some stuff in here. And then we'll gather up all of our harvestables. Not the gather, just the harvestables. And put them in the other chest for the moment. Poop or compost is going to be a resource, so we're going to hold on to that. Alright, obsidian, stone, fiber, and wood is what we'll hold on to for the moment. And then, once the game is done doing this, we'll go ahead, water a couple of crops. And then we'll check out our full haul here in just a second. So that's almost an entire chest just of produce around the farm. That's pretty great. I do want to see what we can do with some of this stuff, though. Okay. So that's just some milk and things. Eggs will make mayonnaise. Now, we don't want to make mayonnaise right now. So, we have to visit with Nock and Acre today. Because I do want us to be able to get a hold of that new hammer and maybe start working on the new axe as well. The hoe we're going to leave out. It's a convenience, sure, but it's not necessarily something we really are in need of just yet. And then we are going to talk to Kroll here. So it is 2,500 for our house. It's 3,000 for each hut. Okay. I think we'll focus on our house first then. Which we're going to need a lot of wood for, but that's okay. And then 80 flint, which is not a big deal. Okay. So, going down to the blacksmith. And of course, getting these tomato seeds. Because it's almost summertime. And the more we can gather for the summer seeds, the less of them that we need to buy. I'm not done with the tool yet. It's going to take 2 days for each of those. Well, that's a little disappointing, but that's okay. Let's see if we can find Nock. Okay, so he's just up in the community tent. That's no big deal. That was an exciting and sometimes smelly experiment, but it worked. I just need to put in the right kind of liquid, and once I removed the top layer, it was delicious. I call it a fermenter. I made you one too. Happy cooking! Okay. So we will go and put this thing down. Oh yes, we had a second field. I'm like, where did all those crops come from? So another tool for us. And let's take a look. So we can ferment fish, vegetables, milk into sour cream, and grain into fermented grain. Okay, well, you know, we're gonna have to do a little bit of everything here. I imagine this is gonna take time. Yeah. How long? Only 3 hours. That's actually not terrible. So we can ferment vegetables, like our tomatoes and such, which we are going to take a look at after we've done the quinoa. We're going to put some of this stuff away. Now, we do need, I believe it was 20 for the axe. So we're going to keep hold of 4 of these. And then I believe we needed about 45 more. So I'm not going to make us clear the fields every day. Some days we'll go mining. But I really wanted that hammer first. You know what? The axe will take us 2 days as well. I do want to go mining. But we'll get so much further and be able to explore so much more if we take that new hammer with us. Because we won't have to worry about the time it takes to break those rocks. So we really should hold off on that for the moment. I know, I'm awful. And this is not the most exciting of things. But it is going to be really important for us. And we do need to actually clear up this field space a bit better. Because waste products are growing in. And I do want to prevent that as well as we can. The other thing I would love to see happen is being able to grow like lines of crops, like the same crops. And once we have a little bit more of that compost ready, we are going to start doing that. Nope. And we're getting quite a bit of fiber here, which is a good resource for us to have. And then we'll get some rocks cleared here. Okay. So we are getting a little low on stam. That's okay. The other thing that I'd love to do before we start clearing more field spaces, I do want to make a couple more of these composters. I think those are going to be really useful for us, depending on what they take. Which is just wood and stone. So I say, 1, we take a look at this fermented quinoa, which just by itself goes up to 35. And the quinoa, I believe, was originally, 29. So that's excellent. I do want to see what it does to a tomato. So we're going to do that. And then getting into our resource chest, we're going to grab some more of that compost and a bit more wood and a bit of poop. And this game lets us eat poop. So we're gonna ignore the whole concept of eating poop because I don't feel that is the healthiest of choices to be making. Yeah. Okay, we can eat poop if we so choose. Interesting. So, we do have a field here that we can put down. Please follow me so you can get out of the middle of my field. Thank you. So that's done now. And then we are actually going to get some tomatoes down in this field and get those started going. Because this is already a tomato field. And I am rather excited for that concept. And then we'll get more tomatoes going here tomorrow. Actually, no, we'll get them all going tonight. I know it's not going to be all composted out yet, but the faster we get these in the ground, the better, honestly. And yeah, we are going to get more of these wells down at some point as well. But for the moment, that's doing us pretty well. And then, of course, we're going to clear a bit lower here. Having the vast majority of where we intend to put the tomatoes ready to go will at least get us an area that we can feel pretty confident about. Having be fairly clear. It is still early enough in the evening that I feel we could get some food going here. Oh, and we fermented a tomato. So, looking at our harvest, a fermented tomato was 15. A regular tomato was 11, which means a dried tomato would be 12. So this is actually a very efficient way of using our vegetables. We are going to take some of these tomatoes, and actually we're going to take quite a few of these tomatoes and make some food for us to eat, just because I do feel that is important. And we're going to see if there's anything we can do with this egg as well while we're at it. But we are going to eat some of these tomatoes. I am still holding off on doing much with the wheat and the quinoa because I don't know if we're going to get any good grains for the summertime. So a grain and a fermented grain. So we may go grab another grain just to say we've done it. If we can get a carrot and a potato, we can cook that with an egg. So yeah, let's get a carrot, a tomato, and a grain. Or a carrot, a potato, and a grain. And we are going to sell this fermented tomato, and we are going to ferment another grain as well, so that we can sell a fermented quinoa, I believe, specifically. Yes. So we are going to grab 2 of these, one of which we are going to ferment. Oh, we forgot the carrot and the potato. My bad. See, we didn't do all that much in the way of clearing fields today. Admittedly, primarily because, well, we needed to deal with this stuff. We're actually going to ferment this good quality tomato. I think that that's going to be really good for us. We can't ferment the roots, and that's okay. I'm sure roots will eventually have a much better purpose. But for right now, we're just going to process them and sell them. I want to hold off before doing this because I have those good quality carrots in my inventory. So we're going to hold off before we cook that. Because again, I don't know what it's going to cook. Multi-grain bread is only worth 15, so it's not great. I don't think anything that we cook seems to be worth much money. But again, it's worth 46 stamina, so I think we'll actually hold on to that and use that for mining and field clearing. Or no, we need to sell 1. We do need to sell 1. We're going to sell these amazing carrots. And hold off on the 1 carrot. And then we're going to make all of the vegetable stew that we can. We're going to make one of these egg dishes. That is potato salad. And then we're going to make a bunch of vegetable stew. That makes us faster and gives us 78 stamina. It's also worth 39, so that's actually fantastic. Excuse me. Funnily enough, it says that we used mayonnaise when we actually just used an egg. That's okay. It also will make us faster, which is cool. But for right now, I'm going to sell one of these vegetable stews because I don't think we have. And I think we ate a focaccia. I don't think we sold a focaccia. So as much as I would love to hold on to that, we do need to sell one of those. Just in case. And then we'll do a little bit more clearing. I know, it's boring. It's clearing. But it's got to get done. The sooner we get it over with, the sooner it's done. And the sooner we can stop doing it. In the meantime, I mean, just think of it as that peaceful organization meditation thing, right? It's decluttering. We're decluttering. Somehow Pressure Washer Simulator ended up famous, so I know people like decluttering. You gotta, right? I know, this isn't the same. Somebody in the comments can go ahead and be like, this is not the same as Pressure Washer Simulator. Pressure Washer Simulator was great because of how peaceful it was, or because the storyline was kind of weird. I don't know. And you're right, this is not Pressure Washer Simulator. But we gotta get this field clear if we want to grow our crop empire. Okay. It's too late for food to be worth it, so we're gonna run off to bed. And then we may actually build a well tomorrow, because oofed. We're up to 41,000 prosperity. Alright. We contributed 771, so we are really getting up there. Those carrots are just amazing. Look at this. Carrots alone are over 400. They're over 500 points just in carrots. That is insane. And we haven't even started on the real tomato empire for next month. We almost have enough contribution points for a new house upgrade. So that's going to be amazing. Even more milk is a new quest we're going to get. And we will get our obsidian hammer. But that is going to have to wait. Because with the saving of the day, we've come to the end of another episode. If you like what you saw, liked what you see, I can talk. Feel free to give this video a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more, please consider subscribing. Until next time, may the wind bring you on another journey. And have a good night.